Welcome back. This is Fox. As promised, today we're going to be going over my canned food island, producing canned food for my scholars. I posted a picture of this on the Facebook group. I had a lot of people interested in the specialists and how I've got it set up and what's going on. So that's what we're going over today. So we're going to start at the top and then we're going to work down. Obviously, canned food is a finished product that's made in a cannery. The basic recipe for this is iron and goulash. There are two specialists what I've used which change the input. Goulash is just a pain in the ass because you need beef and peppers. A lot more farms and obviously bloody cow farms, they're a pain in the ass. It's a lot easier if we can substitute that. So I use a specialist in all of these trade unions for Chef Michael. Instead of the goulash, the building process is pigs. We have an added bonus that he produces extra sausages. We're going to talk about what I'm going to do with those later on. So yeah, Chef Michael places the input of goulash, replaces the input from goulash to pigs. It doesn't get any bonus from him, but that is a bonus in itself because we're saving on the amount of people we need, the amount of space we need. Having to use animal farms and a crop farms on the island as well would meant. I mean, I know I've done that with the pigs and the grain, but yeah, well, you'll see. It would have took up a lot more space to use the beef and the peppers than it did the pigs. Just the pigs, although I am providing them with grain from the silos, but we'll get to that in a minute. So yeah, the next one I've used is this woman, Mrs. Mason, the Very Good Housekeeper. She's a legendary. She gives you a 50% productivity boost and replaces the input of iron and changes it for flour. Now, I worked out the amount of iron I was going to need for this. If we go over to here and look at one of my mining setups, I use pretty much the same setup for all my mines. It's ferrous, boosted by 50%. First rate sapper, another 50% boost. And then Jorg von Melching, another 70% boost. Even with these 3 boosts on an iron mine, I was going to need 13 iron mines. On this island, there are only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I was going to need another whole island's worth of iron. And then ship it all over here, which was just going to be too much of a pain for me. I wanted to try and keep everything on island, which I've managed to do. And everything I need for this little project is on this island. I'm not making use of any of the mines. You can see they're all there laying dormant. The other specialist I used for my canneries was the Cutting Edge Effects Sewing Machine Factory Cannery Bicycle Factory in Lantern Smith, plus 40% boost, minus 50 workforce. So we've cut the workforce in half straight away just by using this. Massive bonus. These are currently using 37 artisans each, so we've halved it from 75. Big bonus if you can get the workforce down. I just had enough artisans on an island over here. I was going to delete this, but I think I'm going to keep this now and just use it as an artisan island because I've got a lot of glass production going on some of my investor islands as well, which uses artisans. So yes, cannery. Then they needed the pigs, obviously, because we changed the input. We'll get to them. I've got 2 trade union clusters making pigs. I believe in total there's 26 farms, 13 a cluster. This is making me a total of 182 pigs per minute. Some of these pigs are coming as a byproduct of the palace boost, which I decided to go with the Department of Labour. I could have boosted the canneries with electricity, but I decided to go with the Department of Labour for this reason. It gives extra goods from farms. So these pig farms and the grain farms are producing me grain, hops, potatoes, red peppers, grapes, wool, pigs and beef. So we're getting extra pigs from the pig farms just by using this Department of Labour boost. So it cut down on the number of pig farms we needed on Ireland, which was a massive, massive help. Because as you can see, I haven't got much space at the minute. So we'll get to that in a bit. Specialists I've used for the pig farms. Ferras, everybody knows what he does. 50% boost, minus 10 workforce. Obviously maintenance cost, slight reduction of riots. Now I use these 2 on my animal farms. The Fabulous Feed Yard, 70% boost with only a slight increase in maintenance of 20%. Then this one is a rare one, Fine Feed Yard. Another 70% boost, the same, but just with a slight increase in the maintenance cost again. So we've got a 55% increase in maintenance over these farms, but for 140% boost. So It's massive. This is the Land Reform Act, which I was on about. Occasionally produces the grain, the hops, red peppers, grapes, wool, pigs and beef. Department of Labour, which is just a general Palace Department boost. This, when you choose this one, you get a 10% boost. This increases as you go over time and your palace grows. You get a bigger boost the bigger your palace is. So yeah, all in all, these pig farms are coming out at 320%. They've got the boost from the silo as well. You can see the silos are here. You need grain for that. This gives a 100% productivity boost from a silo. So all of these farms, 320%, 26 farms, producing 182 tons of pigs a minute. That takes care of the pig input for the cannery. The next one was flour, because we use Mrs. Mason, the very good housekeeper, this legendary specialist. So here's the flour being made here. Obviously you need grain to make the flour. My grain setups, pretty much what I do in all my old world setups. Miraculous steel plough. Obviously I'm already using the tractor. That decreases the workforce by 50. The plough then decreases it by another 50, so 0 workforce farms. Plus we get the bonus of 50% productivity. Ferras, as always, another 50% productivity. Then this chap, what I would always use him on my old world farms. On my grain, red pepper. Well, I only ever really use him on my grain farms and my vineyards because I don't really make that much goulash, as you can tell from using this specialist, but he gives you a 40% boost. Excuse me. But with the added bonus that he produces champagne, you can see as you hover over this now that it actually tells you how much byproduct is being made since this last update, since the Docklands update. So it's +1 every 8th cycle. Doesn't sound a lot, but when you've got a lot of grain farms, this is making me 11 tons of champagne a minute. And when you head over here to this investor island with 120,000+ investors on here, I only need 20 tons of champagne for this island. So this island making cannery, a added bonus of a byproduct of champagne is half, well, can probably feed about 60,000 investors. So good little bonus. Ooh. What's this? Wild Masquerade. Don't know where that's come from. There must be a festival going on. So yeah, that's the flour for the windmills, and the windmills are in the trade union. Everything's electrified, as you can tell. I've got these 2 power plants feeding this whole cluster here and the windmills. I've got this one, Lovely Man's grinding machine, Epic, FX cigar factory, flour mill, teff mill and paper mill. You'll see me as I post more of these videos through this 2 million journey that I use this in all of them. The cigar factory, the flour mill, teff mill and paper mill. They'll all have this in. The main reason is the minus 50% workforce needed and 40% plus productivity. This comes quite often in science exhibitions. Excuse me. I forget which one it is. Agricultural Revolution. It might be in this one. Sometimes you get it in this one. Yeah, it's definitely this section where you get it. But yeah, they come quite regular in my science exhibitions, so no need to craft it. You get a good bonus and a 50% workforce reduction. Then I've used the next one down, which is the Burstone. It's like this little sister of the one we just saw. So you get a plus 35% productivity, minus 25% workforce, then a Ferras as usual. So we're at negative 85% on the workforce, plus 355 because of the electricity boost. So lovely little boost on these. These 31 flour mills are producing 181 tons of flour a minute. You can see we're slightly down on the grain here, but I'm not going to worry too much about that because this setup here is for like 1.3 million scholars and I'm nowhere near that yet. The main reason I'm not going to worry about that is because with the introduction of the Docklands, I can export and import goods. So on this island, I'm going to be exporting sausages, and I may even bring in pigs. The exchange ratio is 1-to-1, so that wouldn't be enough. What about grain? So 50 sausages is going to bring me in 42 grain, even though it says it's 1.186. I'm producing 87 tons of sausages a minute. So if we do 87 times 1.6. What was it? 1.06 or something. $1.186. So we divide it by 1.186. So 87 divided by 1.186 is 73 tons of grain a minute. I'm going to be generating if I trade the sausages in, which is pretty good considering we only need 160. What did I say that was? 70. I'm just going to jot this down. 73 tons of sausages a minute, because we're making other byproducts on this island as well. We might as well go over this now. We were making, I don't know why it says we're only making sausages, because I thought we were supposed to be making hops and stuff as well, but I know we're making the champagne. We're making 58 tons of tortillas as well, so let's put that in there. I've only got one slot at the minute, but obviously when we get going, I believe you can open up more slots. So I've only just scratched the surface on it, so let's put tortillas in there. This is an even better ratio. We're making what? Sorry, 58 tons of tortillas a minute. That'll give me 280 tons of grain, which is way more than we need. So I could pretty much do away with all of these grain farms. I wonder if there'll be enough. I wonder if they would do the pigs, because that would be even better. Export, import, change to pigs. They'd do 58 tons of tortillas, do 668 tons of pigs a minute. Christ, we might be able to get both out of this. I only want 182, so let's change that. 182. So 16 tons of the tortillas would give us the pigs we want. That leaves 42 tons of tortillas to produce the grain. 42 would give me 202. So that's the tortillas that we're making as a byproduct from these, from Mrs. Mason, is enough to provide the pigs and the grain. So we're going to free up a massive amount of space. That's bonkers. Yeah, crazy. Just from a byproduct. This docklands is going to be way OP, but hey ho, I'm definitely going to use it for this. It's going to free up all this side of the island. I can just get the mines going then, get some coal production in here for some filaments for my telephones. So yeah, I've talked a little bit longer than I wanted to on that aspect of it, but the introduction of this docklands is very useful for making use of your byproducts, especially in big production like this. Champagne's supposed to be pretty good. Sorry, I'm just digressing a bit. I'm not actually using this champagne at the minute. So what we were making, 10 tons of champagne. 1 to 6, it's not brilliant. The tortillas are better. Tortillas are a better ratio than champagne. That's mad, considering you need glass and everything for champagne. That's well broken. Tortillas are what? I can't even remember what they are. Corn and cows. Yeah, anyway, we're digressing. But this island is about to get a whole lot smaller, free up a lot of space. I could then change because the pigs and the grain farms are going to be gone, I could change this boost then to 50% productivity from electricity. Let's just try it. See if we can fit him in over here. Move the palace over here. Change that to... I'd have to try and squeeze it in the middle here somewhere. Let's just do it for science. Change this to plus 50% productivity from electricity. That means we'll then be making 207 tons a minute. as opposed to 177. It's not that much boost. It's probably not worth it. Considering I'm making way more than I need to already. We'll probably keep it as it is. But yeah, for now, that is it. I've shown you everything I wanted to do. In the next video, we're going to be going over, what have I just done? Oh yeah, this Cotton Island, didn't it? In the New World. This is pretty cool. Really pleased how this one went. I'm making 380 tons of cotton fabric a minute, which is going to get boosted a bit more because I forgot to put a little zoo set in here, which will help us out. And also we're making 50 tons of cigars. 50 tons of cigars from the byproduct of the tobacco. So yeah, that'll be the next one. As always, stay tuned. If you like this, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.